Okay, happy Labor Day, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl with another basic strat game, the Tenacious Diamond King project. I know we've got a couple of Cleveland Indian fans around here who catch some games at times, so this might be an opportunity for someone to root for their team because I don't think I've had the Indians on the channel yet in all of the projects I've done, so now is the time. It's going to be the Indians at the Reds. The Reds are defending for the first time, and we'll see if they can take care of the Indians playing without a DH. 2015 cards. So this was, I believe, the year before the Indians went to the World Series against the Cubs. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So a lot of familiar faces on this team. The Reds defeated the Tigers last game. So just to bring anybody new to the channel up to speed on what this project is. And first off, I guess I could just take a second here to fill you in on what the channel's about. We play cards and dice mostly. Sports simulation games on this channel if you've never been before. So, you know, it's a way that people for many years have kind of gone back and relived sports and sort of carried them out on their desk, on their kitchen table. You know, these games are great a lot of times with multiple players, so you can play head-to-head. You can play solitaire like a lot of us do. A lot of us run projects. And so this project is basically a King of the Hill, if you've ever paid attention to sometimes old bowling shows, or I'll tell you, Jeopardy is like the King of the Hill. That's the perfect example of King of the Hill as far as I'm concerned. The game show Jeopardy, where the winner comes back the next time. It used to be that Jeopardy, I think if you won 5 days in a row, you were then retired from the show. But I think nowadays they pretty much let guys go on and on and on, and gals, whoever wins. They can go on for as long as they choose. So instead of that, we're putting a limit. What we wanted to do here, what I wanted to do is see if we could find a team that could win 5 in a row or not win 5 in a row, defend the title 5 times in a row. If they could defend it 5 in a row, they would be declared the Tenacious Diamond King for that season. And so we're using the 2015 cards. I did a project a long time ago with 10 teams from this card deck, and I just kind of thought, it'd be neat to bring them back out again. And I've already seen a couple teams that I used in that project, which is kind of nice to kind of go back and reminisce about some players that I got to know extremely well, playing 54 games with them. So, and that's another thing about getting to do these kinds of projects with these cards and dice, is if you were a fan of teams, you can kind of relive what you saw previously. If you want to go back to the 1900s and find a team that you would have loved to have seen so-and-so play, or I don't know why, who were the Black Sox? All these types of questions, this kind of stuff would answer. What kind of team did they have? How did they play? How did the team in the dead ball era, play? Things like that. It's just a way that, so with all that introduction, we're on game 9. We did have the Tigers, not the Tigers. Let me bring up the screen here. We did have the Orioles defend 3 times in a row, but the Tigers beat them in their 4th defense by a score of 5-2. You can see the scores there on the next column on the right. So then we had the Tigers beat the Red Sox, and then the Reds overcame them by a score of 7-1. So that's where we stand. Indians next on the list. The winner of this game would take on the Minnesota Twins. and the Reds are looking for their first King of the Hill defense, and that's where we're going. So now what I have done is I'm playing this, also playing this in daily order, we'll say. So every day is a new game in terms of my own thinking. We have injuries, although I have a modified injury setup. But we also go through the starting rotation, and it's kind of tough because the way the cards are set up, it's kind of tough to pick what's the rotation going to be. For a team that was in the playoffs, it's kind of easy to see what their manager saw as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the case of the Reds, it was pretty easy that DeSclafani was head and shoulders above everybody else. But then it's kind of like, okay, then who do you take? Do you take the guy with the most starts? Do you take the guy with the best ERA? And what it comes down to is I try to factor those things in. I don't want to use too many guys that have low numbers of starts. But eventually, you've got to pick 5 men because you're going to end up with a 6th day. And the nice thing for the team, if a team can defend 4 times, on the 5th defense, they will get their number 1 starter back. But each team has to bring out their next guy in line in the starting rotation, and they're going to face, in this case, the Indians' best starter, who is Corey Kluber. So it's going to be Michael Renson for the Reds, and it's Corey Kluber starting for the Indians. And so, it's a bit of a grueling fashion. I mean, I think you'll get some teams, if we start finding some teams that were really good, that they may have a deep rotation, and that may be where we start to see we get to another 4th one. So we will see. So let's get going here. I've already taken a little bit of time trying to, since it is early, I thought if I would expound upon what the project is about first, maybe it would offer a chance for some people to stop by who maybe are interested. And if they aren't, they'll get here eventually, or they'll watch after the fact. Here is the lineup for the Indians. I had to make some choices about who was going to start where. So, this was a year where Jose Ramirez was kind of like just coming into the team, I believe. He wasn't starting every game. He had Urshela, who is now somehow lighting it up for the Yankees, but for the Indians, he was not so great either. But so we had to make a choice at third base. We're going with Urshela in this game, so it's going to be Kipnis at second. Also, Kipnis was playing a lot of DH in this season for the Indians, but we are not using a DH because it's in a National League park. So Kipnis will play at second, and then Lindor will be the shortstop. Michael Brantley will be in left. Carlos Santana at first. Yan Gomes will be the catcher and bat 5th. Abraham Almonte in center. Lonnie Chisenhall in right. Gio Urshela, third base. And the pitcher will be Kluber. And we'll just go over the Reds lineup. Let's see. The Reds, I was able to use... what did we have? We had Eugenio Suarez as the DH when they were playing in the AL park, but now he goes back to short. And using the usage chart, I determined that Billy Hamilton was going to get the day off. So, and I wanted to look up his name. I assume it's Jason Bourgeois. How you say his name? I could look it up on the baseball. Could be Burgess as well. I'm not too familiar with the Indians back in the... So let's just go through the lineup here. It'll be Brandon Phillips, not the Indians, the Reds. One moment as I take care of something here. So Brandon Phillips is second, Eugenio Suarez shortstop, Joey Votto first base, Todd Frazier at third base, Jay Bruce in right, Skip Schumacher in left, Brian Pena will be the catcher. I'm trying to look up the pronunciation as I'm trying to draw it out here a little bit because I want to get it right. Let's see. And if I had someone here, Bourgeois, I was right the first time. Jason Bourgeois is the center fielder, and Michael Lorenzen is the pitcher. And I figured I would also make sure that I'm right with Brian's name, because if it's supposed to be Brian, then I've been saying it wrong for a while now. Come on. Brian, I was right. How about that? How about that? So let's get going here. So it'll be Lorenzen with a 5.40 ERA, 21 starts, 4-9 record against Kluber, who also did not have a stellar record, 9-16, 349 earned run average. 222 innings pitched for Kluber, 189 hits, 45 walks, so that's just about one whip right there. For Lorenzen, he's well over. He's making his way to 1.5 there. So let's see what happens in this game. See what the dice have to dial up here for Kipnis to lead off here against Lorenzen. 5-11, that'll be a fly ball into left field. So it'll be a tough play for Skip Schumacher in left. He is a 4-rated outfielder, and that's going to be a single, so a leadoff base knock for Kipnis. Indians are a team that can do some running, but he's a B, so we're going to hold off for now. It's Lindor. I'm getting dice flying out of my hand. 4-7. And there's another single that's going to let Kipnis advance to third. First and third, nobody out. Michael Brantley next up, the left fielder. They're going to play with the infield back. They want 2 outs if they can get it. They'll give up a run if they do. There's 5-10, fly ball to center field. This is Bourgeois. He's a 3. 3-15 is a single, and it's going to score a run, and Lindor will end up at third. So 3 straight singles for the Indians. Ding! Oh wait, no, we're not at Progressive Field, so we don't have the little Mario coin sound. 1-0 Indians. Now Carlos Santana puts his guitar down, and we're getting a lot of pitcher card here. 5-4 grounder to third. It's gonna be Frazier. He's at 2. So again, they're playing with the infield back. They want to get 2 if they can get it. So 8 for a third baseman. 2. That is going to be what they're looking for. That'll be a 5-4-3. The run will score. It'll be 2-0 Indians, but they do end up with the double play, and so that will clear the bases for Yan Gomes with 2 outs. And it's a grounder to third, and Frazier will come up with it and throw to first for the final out of the top of the inning. But the Indians crank out 2, 3 singles. Kind of doing it with the small ball, although it's a little bit more traditional. No stealing there. So Brandon Phillips will lead off for the Reds. They cranked out 7 runs against Anibal Sanchez. Let's see if they can do it against Kluber. 2-12. He's going to draw a walk. And let's see. Catcher Gomes is a 2, so that makes it a 1-12. For the A Phillips. So it'd be Suarez. 6-9. That's a strikeout. Brings up Joey Votto. 6-3. Grounded to first. First baseman is Santana. 3 rated. Not great. 3-8. But that's going to be a double play, and that will get them out of the inning. 3-6-3, we'll say. So 2-0 Cleveland out of the gate. So Abraham Almonte now leading off the second. That's a 1-5. He'll draw a walk. He's gonna get a little bit. So Pena with a 4 rating as a catcher means you only subtract 1. It's a 1-14. Almonte, or wait, he's a B stealer. B is 13, so it's a 1-12. He's going to try to go here, and he is successful. He grabs a stolen base. It's a Chisenhall with a runner in scoring position. 2-10. That's a grounder to second. In basic, we do not allow the runner to advance, so that'll be a 4-3. Giovanni Urshela. 6-6. A 1-10 is a single. Liner above. And it's a single. Only one base advance. So first and third again for the Indians. They are knocking on the door, but now it's going to be Kluber. And so this is where the pitcher hitting is a little tough. So I'm just going to let him swing away here. No sense in bunting and possibly having Almonte thrown out as a... So 1-5 is a strikeout. Of course, they could have also had a double play come up. But now there's 2 outs. They all but asked Kluber to keep the bat on his shoulder. And now Kipnis, first and third. And we'll re-roll this guy. 1-4 is a grounder to second base. They aren't playing with the infield in with 2 outs, so the Reds get through that. Lorenzen does. So, bottom of the second will be Todd Frazier. Then Bruce, then Schumacher. 5-11, a grounder back to Kluber. He's a 3. And that's an out. I'll show you your 3. First, you go to first base, third base, and pitcher chart. It's a 3 and a 13 out with no runners on base. 1 down. Jay Bruce, 2-11. Well, another base runner for the Reds. He's a C stealer. He's not going to go here. Schumacher. 2-8. And there's a double play. Up with it, Lindor. Kipnis to Santana. And Kluber is through 2. Speaking of Lindor, he's going to lead off the third. And he hits it on the ground back to Lorenzen, and Lorenzen gives it a gentle toss to first for the out. Michael Brantley, 2-7, and that will be a base hit. And it'll be a 2-base hit. He's going to stretch it to a double on the 1-6 chance. So Santana with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. That's a 4-10. It's a grounder to shortstop. He'll look the runner back if he can get to it at Suarez. He's a 3. 3-6 is an out. There we go. Shortstop, 3-6 is an out. Looks the runner back. 6-3 is the scoring. And now it'll be Gomes who has to try and drive this run home. 0-for-1. 1-7. This would get the run to third, or the runner to third on a 1-17. And it's a 1, so that will be a single, but it's not going to be enough. It's just it's a little too sharply, and Brantley has to hold up at third base. So now it's Abraham Almonte. First and third, 2 away. 4-4, catcher's card. This could be a passed ball. It's Pena, who's a 4. 6, safe at first on an aired. Wait, 4. No, I'm wrong. He's a 4 and a 6. So 4 and 6 out on a dribbler. So that's going to get them out of the inning. 2-3. So 2 hits, a double and a single, but Lorenzen survives. It's 2-0 going to the third. Going bottom of the third, I mean. Okay, so Brian Pena. 4-9. Pena is going to get a big piece of this one. Can it go? 1-13. It's gone. First hit of the game, a home run. Pena takes Kluber deep. And one of the crazier things about basic strat, Brian Pena, real life, no homers. He gets one here. 2-1. That's where, you play advanced and super advanced. It gets a little bit more realistic because that would probably be it would definitely be an N designation next to that. In fact, I can show you right here. There's the N. So that means that, and Pena, I guarantee you, if I show you his card, he will not have an N. See, W. So, that's you play basic because you want to be quick. But if you want it to be more realistic, then you've got to start looking at the other rule sets. 6-6 is a strikeout. Facing Bourgeois, he gets a little mad giving up his first hit and having it being a yard job. So Lorenzen now. Pitcher's hitting card 4. He's not a bad hitter. 4-10. Fly ball to Almonte. And the grab is completed. And now Brandon Phillips. 2-7. He's going to single. 2 out hit. And he's going to try to steal with 2 outs. It goes from 15. Gomes at 2, so you subtract 3. It's a 1-12. Bad, he gets thrown out. Caught stealing. They do get 1 run. It's 2-1. All right. Time for the 4th. And Chisenhall will lead off, trying to extend the lead here against Lorenzen. And it's a pop out to Phillips for the first out. Gio Urshela, 6'10". That's a fly ball to center field. It's going to be Bourgeois getting the start, making the catch. And now Kluber, who's got the lumber out, and he's going to ground it to Suarez. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Lorenzen. Kind of settled down here. He's given up 6 hits, 6 hits and a walk. But the Indians have only been able to bring about 2 runs out of that. So 2-1, and anything can still happen. So Suarez, 4-11. He's going to walk. Brings up Joey Votto. 1-12. That's a deep fly ball to right. It'll be caught by Chisenhall, and Suarez will be able to advance on that as it's a fly ball A. So Suarez makes it to second with 1 out. That brings up Todd Frazier. 5-5, strikes him out. Jay Bruce. Reds would love it if he could do some damage here. but he's going to hit it on the ground to Kipnis, and he will throw to first in time, and the leadoff walk is worked around, and we'll go to the fifth. 2-1 Indians, top of the order for the Tribe. It's going to be Kipnis. 4-10, a grounder to short. Suarez again a 3. 3-18. We got to roll it again. 12. That'll be an out. Just to confirm to everybody, the 3 is roll it again on 18, and then the 13. Wait, it was 12, right? 12. 12 is an out. 13 is an error. Okay, Lindor. 6-6, a 1-10 single. And it's a 9. So that brings up Brantley with 1 out. Good thing about seeing if Lindor could take a bag. That's going to be a single, though, on a 4-7. First and third. Reds have to start thinking about some bullpen action here. We'll have okay, so still a little early to be going infield in. We're going to play back and see if Santana can dial up a... You could try stealing with Brantley, but you hate to make it out with Santana at the plate, who can go deep. 1-4, but there it is. 1-4 is a grounder to the pitcher A, and that's going to be a 1-6-3. So playing back works for them that time. The Reds get out of it. Maybe should have thought about stealing there with Brantley. Because then they probably would have had to play the infield in. Of course, they would have held, but that would have at least given the Indians another chance. So I should have moved this over here. We'll do that. All right, so Lorenzen, he's okay for now. Schumacher, 4-11. That's a walk. Kluber with 4 walks. So a little uncharacteristic here in this game. He's had a walk every inning except the third. That's when he gave up the homer. And speaking of homer, here is the guy who brought it about, Pena. 4-7, a grounder to second. This could be a double play if Kipnis can turn it. He's a 3. 3-18. That's this rolled 20-sided die again. 20 is roll it again as well. That's a 16. Okay, so that's 4. Now they were, let's see, so no runners or force runners, hold 1 or more runners, force batters safe, runner on. So this is the force play. That is 4-6, but Pena will leg out the fielder's choice. So now Bourgeois with Pena at first, 1 out. 4-2, grounder to the pitcher. This is another one that's a it's going to be 1-6. Bourgeois is going to get there. And now the Reds will have to, I think the Reds will pinch hit for, they're going to pinch hit for Lorenzen. They're going to have Ivan De Jesus pinch hit here. So that will be it for Lorenzen. 5 innings pitched. Early pinch hitting opportunity, but (5-9). That's a strikeout, and that will end the inning. So gets around the walk, and Lorenzen's day is done. They will go with Villarreal, and not sure if how many innings I will use of him. He is a guy that can go multiple innings, but so we'll see. Gomes against Villarreal, top of the 6th, 2-1 Indians, and it's a 2-9. So Gomes K's. Almonte. It's a 4-9, and that's a single. Brings up Chisenhall. 4-4 is a fly ball to center field. It's going to be Bourgeois 3. 3-11 in the outfield chart is a double. 2-base advance, so Almonte will hold up at third. Villarreal in trouble. It's defense to blame there. So now they're going to have to play with the infield in here. 2-1, 6th inning. Urshela, 1 out. 6-9 is a grounder to C with the infield in. Runner on third holds, other runners advance a base, and the batter is out. So everybody has to hold, and so that will be a 4-3. So he hits it smack dab straight to the second baseman, Phillips, and he looks back the runners, throws to first, and now that is a way out as Kluber is up. Indians have to think hard about a pinch hitter here, but they're going to keep Kluber in. So with 2 outs, Mr. Moley could pinch hit here, but it's a 5-6, and that is pay dirt. 5-6 of Villarreal. This is going to be potentially a double. It's a 17. That's a single for Kluber, but that's going to score 2 runs as it's a single 2-star. In comes Almonte. In comes Chisenhall. 4-1 Indians. Big hit from Kluber as the manager thought about maybe making the move, but he's pitching well. He's missing a bit of control tonight, but he comes up big for them right there, and now it's going to be Kipnis with Kluber at first and 2 outs, and that's another 5-6. And you can't see it. It's a 14, so that is another single. Villarreal not really getting much love off his own card here. Of course, he does give up more than 1 hit an inning. Of course, giving up 4 in this inning, that's not really indicative. So they're playing infield back here with 2 outs. Lindor, can they get him out? 4-7 is a single, and so it just keeps piling on here. This card looks stacked against Villarreal here. Another run in. That is 5-1. Kipnis is going to hold up at second since it's not a given. He's 15. It makes him 17 because you had 2. But he does not want to make the last out at third, so they're going to hold up there. It's going to be Brantley 6-8. Now that's a pop out caught by Frazier, and that will retire him. 8 up in the inning, 3 across. 5-1 Indians. Things are looking good for Kluber and co. Okay, bottom of the 6th, top of the order. Reds have to get something going now. They've had base runners, but only have 1 to show for it. 6-10, a fly ball to center. It's Almonte at 2. 2-5. That is an out. So 1 out. Almonte camps out and grabs it. It's going to be Suarez now. 2-8. And that's a pop-up Lindor. Perfect position for that. Votto over 2. 5-10. Catcher's card. So this is Gomes. He's a 2 rated catcher. 2-18. We roll it again. So there's the 2 and the 18 and now the 4. Wild pitch followed by a foul out. Nobody on base. That just is a foul out. So we're going to the 7th. Reds not impressed with Villarreal. Bring up Burke Badenhop. To face Santana, Gomes, and Almonte. One 9 is a fly ball to right, so 0 for 4 for Carlos. Yan Gomes, a 3-9, strikes out. And now Almonte. And he draws a 2-out walk. And he's getting a little frisky here. It's a 1-12 stolen base chance. Oh, and he just gets in there under the tag. So it's going to give Chisenhall someone to try and drive home. Can they get a 6th run here? 4-4, a fly ball to center. It's going to be Bourgeois. He's already missed one out there. 10. 10, he will get to it this time. That's an out. And the side is retired. 7th inning stretch. No runs, no hits, no errors. And Kluber looking good here in the 7th. It's going to be Frazier. And you start getting some runs, but that's a 3 column is great for Frazier, but the 7 is a grounder at third base. Urshela converts the out. Bruce, 4-6, ground ball to short. Lindor, a 2, and a 5 is going to be an out. 2 away. Schumacher, 4-12, draws a 2-out walk. This may be it for Kluber. 7 innings. You may have to turn to their bullpen now. It's Pena. 2-5, another walk. Uncharacteristic for Kluber, giving up a ton of walks in this game. Indians are going to get Austin Adams warming up. Actually, no, they aren't. They're going to set him down. Jeff Manship instead. Kluber will face Bourgeois, see if he can get out of this inning. 4-7, a grounder to second base. Can Kipnis, a 3, get the out? 3-20, roll it again. 3-9, that is an out, and that will retire the side. So 7 innings pitched for Kluber. Pretty good. A lot of walks, though, and 1 home run, but fortunately for him, the homer didn't come in the inning with the walks. So they're gonna have save manship there for the 8th. He's already pretty much warm, but so the Reds in the 8th, they will have, you're gonna have J.J. Hoover come in here, see if he can clean things up a little bit. So Kluber, he pitched 7 innings. He's going to come out. Okay, so Urshela, 6'8", draws a walk. Brings up the pitcher spot. They're going to save their bats. They're going to have Kluber try and lay down a bunt here. And that's a 6 sacrifice. Batters thrown out by the third baseman. Runners advance base. So runner at second, Kipnis. 5-3, a grounder to the pitcher. Hoover is a 5 rated pitcher. 5 and 5. Somehow a hit to the pitcher is a double, so that's going to score a run. Seems wonky, but what are you going to do? You have to play by the rules that are given to you. Now it's 6-1. Indians are going to tell Manship to go take a seat. They will have Austin Adams warming up here, trying not to use their best guys in a non-save situation. 2-9 is a strikeout. And with 2 outs, Brantley with a chance to score another runner from second. 6-4, fly ball to right will be caught by Bruce, so they get another insurance run. And Kluber's day is done. They're going to bring in Adams. And I'm going to lead off with Cozart as a pinch hitter. To face Adams. .211. There's a single, so it's a good way to start for the Reds. See if they can get back some runs here. Here's Phillips. 2-6, and there's another single. They need base runners. They don't really need extra bases at the moment. They're going to need more hits if they're going to come back. So first and second, nobody out. Both off the batter's cards. And here's Suarez. 5-6. Fly ball to center field will be caught by Almonte. That's 1 out. No advancement. So Joey Votto. 6-10, fly ball to center. Almonte at 2. 2 and a 15 in the outfield is a single and an air, batter on second. So that's going to score a run. It's going to score Cozart. Single and an E8. Makes it 6-2. Second and third with one out. And Todd Frazier, who could make it 6-5 in a hurry. That's a 2-9. That's a fly ball to center field B. That should score a run, right? Runner on third scores. So that'll be a sac fly for... That's 2-9. That's a fly ball to center field. So in comes Phillips. That makes it 6-3. But another out. And let's see. Can Bruce bring in Votto from second? 3-8. Grounded to short. And that's not going to get the job done. Lindor makes the play. 2 across. They really needed that 3-8 on Frazier's card. 3-8 is a straight-up homer on Frazier, but for Bruce, not so much. I'm going to go to the ninth. It is 6-3. Reds are in desperation mode. They're going to bring in Chapman, try and keep this a game. And it's going to be Cody Allen getting up since it is a save opportunity. Getting up for the Indians. And in case they get another run, they will get McAllister warming up. So here is Carlos Santana to face Chapman. Strength versus strength here, hey? 5-9 strikes him out. Gomes. 5-6, that's another strikeout. And Abraham Almonte. 5-5 strikes out the side. All fives somehow. Oops, I put Gomes over here. I didn't mean to. All right, bottom of the ninth. We are at the pivotal moment. Adams will give way to Cody Allen. Closer for the Tribe. See if he can get the job done here. Not much to write home about as far as they could use Billy Hamilton somewhere, but his OBP is not very good. So probably not the greatest of ideas there, but if we see a spot, I mean, for the pitcher, we may just have to do that. Pitcher spot. Because that will be up fourth. So we'll see if Cody Allen can take care of business here. Skip Schumacher. Leading off, can Cincinnati get 3 runs and keep themselves in this, or 4 and win it and defend this King of the Hill? I don't know. We'll see. We've seen stranger things. That's a 2-11, excuse me. And that's a grounder to Kipnis. And he will throw to first for the first out. Here is, let's see. They need base runners. And Pena's got a better OBP than Barnhart, so let's just stick with Pena here. That's a 1-4. And that's a fly ball to left, and it's going to be caught. Sorry that the dice keep flying out of here. I don't mean to make that happen. And now Bourgeois. 2 outs. 4-4 grounder to second. Kipnis a 3. Can they get an X card single and keep this game alive? 13 on a 3 for second base is going to be out. The Indians win. Kipnis makes the play. Cody Allen gets the save, and that is your final here from Great American Ballpark. It's going to be 6 for the Indians, 3 for the Reds. The winner will be Kluber. Pitches a nice outing, 7 innings. And that, as I said early on in the video, that's kind of one of the real tough parts about this particular project format, whatever you want to call it, is that you're always, every time you defend, you're going to go up against the other team's number one. And so unless you've got a deep rotation or you get some really good roles for your hitters, it's just going to be tough. So Cleveland takes over. So the win, Kluber. Loss goes to Lorenzen. Save for Allen. And tell you what, let's make Kluber the MVP of the game. Not only did he pitch 7 innings, he did give up a few walks. That's kind of the one blemish. What did he give up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks. Not great there, but I think he only gave up 1 hit in the process. No, 2 hits, excuse me. 2-hitter, 7 innings. Plus, he came up with a clutch 2-out, 2-run single in the bottom of the 6th when the manager was thinking about possibly bringing him out of there because they had runners on second and third and 2 outs, and thought maybe we should try and get a couple extra runs. Well, Kluber found the hole, did what he needed to, and came up with a big hit. So he will be our player of the game, and the Indians will take over as the king of the hill. And as I showed you early on, they will be facing the Twins next. So a couple of AL Central foes are next up. I can't make the change now. I'm promising myself today that I am going to try and get myself to where I can put windows. I want to be able to put some of my computer windows in the screen here so you can see. I can update these charts as we go instead of having them. I've been taking screen caps and put them up here. So baseball demos checking in real quick, and Mr. Moley was here earlier, mentioned that. So yeah, so enjoy your Labor Day. I assume we will have plenty of guys playing games here in the community. Plus, if you just want to watch some straight up good old fashioned baseball, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of that on the tube. So go enjoy your day off. Hopefully you have a day off. If you don't, just do your best getting through today, and hopefully you get one by the weekend or something, or maybe midweek. But for those of you who do get the day off, enjoy it. Enjoy some baseball. Maybe get out your cards and dice if you have some and play them. That's what these things are here for, just to blow off some steam and take away the cares of the day. So as for this project, it's the Indians taking over. They're going to see if they can put together a win streak and become the Tenacious Diamond King till our next one. And just before I sign off, Demo says he's going to be playing Cleveland and Tampa shortly. I don't know if he's going to play it out on the channel or not, but yeah, I won't say that, Demos. It's not safe for work, but anyway. Just enjoy some sports today. Enjoy your time off, and just have a great day. See you then. See you next time when we play some more sports here on the tabletop.